Hello everyone. So today we are going to create the backend authentication routes. So currently I have already created this backend authentication folder and one folder in that named backend. So first of all I will create this npm init dash y. By doing so, one package.json file will be generated under this backend folder. So now I will just change the type to be module so that I can use the import format in this. Okay, now I will install some packages in here. npm express mongoose.env mongodb. uh, right now I can remember this only. By moving further we can install more of them. Okay, so let's wait to get them generated. In the meanwhile I will create one file name server.js. Okay, now if you go to this package.json file, you can see these packages in here under the dependencies .env express mongodb. So let me create one server. Fast import express from express const app express. I will run this use express json. Leave it for now. Leave this line for now. I will explain this in some time. App dot listen. So I my app will listen on the port number 5000, and I will just create one function which will just console.log like listening on port number 5000. Okay, let me save it. Now let me create the database. One I will create one lib folder. Under this I will create this db.js file. So to create a database base, just to go to this mongodb web application, and just simply create new project, and this mongodb will provide you a long string like this. I have already created one test one test database. So I will copy this long string and go come in my VS Code, and under the backend I will create .env file and paste this Mongo URI in here. So to create a database, I will just import mongoose from mongoose, and I will create one folder mongo, let's say connect db. Okay, and this would be a async function which will just mongoose dot connect and process dot. So to extract any information from env file you have to use this format mongo uri. This is the name which we have given to that long string, and I will console.log connected to db, and I will export this function. Let's save it and use it here. Connect db and run this, and db.js. Let's just save it and run my server.js file. It got crashed. I don't know why. Let's check. Okay, I have not imported the .env file. Import .env from .env, and you have to use this .env.config to extract all the information here. Now let's save it. I hope it will work fine now. See, listening on port number 5000, and we are connected to our database. So now let me create the route app.use, and we will use like slash auth, and it will go to the auth routes. So to create the auth routes, I will create one folder under the backend name routes, and in this I will create the file authroutes.js, and I will import express from express and create a router. So this express package provide this router, and I will export default this router only. So I have to import the auth routes from this dot slash route slash auth dot middleware dot js. Let me save it. Okay, so under the auth routes we have to create the three routes. First is sign up, second is the login, and the third is the logout. So what I will do, route dot, this would be a post request to slash sign up, and sign up function will run when we move to this route. Okay, and second one is router dot post slash login, and when we go to this route, this login function will run, and similarly for slash logout, this logout controller function will run. Okay, so now I will create these folders under the backend. Let's create the controller folder, and under controller create a auth controller.js file. Under this we will create all of them. Async we will pass request response under this. So we have to create three functions. First one for sign up, second one for login, and third one for logout. Let me save it and import all of them here in under the route. Import sign up, login, logout. Okay, now right now everything is running fine. See here. So let me create first this sign up controller function. Before creating these functions, we have to create a user model. So to create a model, I will just create a folder model, and under this user model.js file, and I will import mongoose. Mongoose help us to create the this model so easily. Import mongoose from mongoose. Let's create a first. Let's create a user schema. New mongoose dot schema. This is the code you have to write to create this schema. First one is username. For user, we will have the username of type string, required to be true, and this should be unique one for every user. Second one is name. Let's copy this. Let's move fast. Username. First one is username. Second one would be name. And let's delete the unique to be true. Name can be same. And third one would be email. Type is string. Unique to be true. And fourth one would be password. Okay. So our user will have four properties: username, name, email, and password. And on the basis of this, I will create a user model, mongoose dot model. So understand the syntax here. So I'm creating a user model on the basis of this user schema, and I will export this user model default. I think everything is fine here. Let's save it. Now I will use this user model here only. So first of all, let me create a try catch. uh, Let me extract. So as this sign up is a post request, we will extract this name, username, email, and password as a request dot body. Const username, spelling is wrong, user name, email, and password. I will extract this as a request dot body. So let me show you what this express.json means. So as a request.body, you can get the data in a JSON format, in a URL encoded in a raw format also. So to specify the format, in which format you need the information, that's why we are using this middleware app.use express.json. We need the JSON data only. Now coming to the auth controller, I have extracted this all the information. So I will create some checks here, some if checks. If not, if we find not name or not username or not email, not password, then we will just return it with the status, of 400, and JSON message all fields are required. Okay. Next check would be email one. If there is, if this email already exists, so I will extract the user with the existing email, await user dot find one with the email. So as I have used this user model, I have to import it also. Import user. From user, it gives the auto suggestions to me. User model. And now if I will check if existing email, if this email exists, then we cannot create this user because the email should be unique. Res dot status of 400 dot json with a message email already exist. Now we will do the similar check for the username. Const existing username, and we'll do same await user dot find one with the username. Now I will put the if check. If there is any user exist with this username, we will just return with the response status of 400 and a JSON format with a message of username already exist. Okay, now coming to the next check. If password dot length, if password dot length is less than 6 characters, we will just return the error, return with the status of 400 dot json with a message of password must be, password must be at least 6 characters long. Okay, so now if we want to save the password in our database, we cannot save it directly, so we have to hash the password in the random string. So now I will generate the hashed password first. Let me generate the salt first. Const salt is equal to await gen salt. For this I need one npm package. Let me install it. Npm I bcrypt. Let me install. In the meanwhile, let me write some code. Bcrypt dot gen salt with the 10, and now I will hash my password with this salt. So salt is just a random string around your password, which makes it more difficult for the intruder to guess it. Hashed password await bcrypt bcrypt dot hash, and I will pass my password here and this salt. Okay, and on the basis of this hashed password, I will create a new user. Const user is equal to new user, which has the name, username, which we are getting as the request dot body, and email also, but password we will save it as hashed one. And now I will save this user dot save. By doing this user dot save, I am saving this user in a database. User dot I have saved this user. Now let me generate a token. So when the user sign in in any app, in any application. So the backend of that application gives the user a, a JSON web token as a response. So let me generate that token. So to generate that token, I need to install the npm package again, JSON web token. I have to import the, also I have not imported bcrypt. Okay, and I have to also install import jwt from JSON web token. Okay, let me run my server. See, everything is running fine for now, by God's grace. Now let's create a token fast. See how we can generate the token. Const await token wait and jwt dot sign, and I will create the token on the basis of the user ID. User ID. So if any new user generated in the database, the MongoDB provide every user an ID. So on the basis of that ID, I am just creating a token. User dot underscore ID, and I need to pass the JWT secret also, which I will create in the env file. So to extract that, process.env.jwt secret. JWT secret. I have just created this token, but it is not required here. So in the .env file, I will create this JWT secret. You can do whatever you want here. I'm just creating a secret. It's my JWT secret here. So my token is generated already, and I will send this as a cookie. Res.cookie. Uh, Res.cookie. I will name my token as token only and pass this token. Now I will response it res dot status. I'm sending the final response on my signup controller with the 200 status. If we passed all the check, means user registered successfully with a JSON, and I will put the message here like user registered successfully. Okay, and after doing this res.status, let's send the error. First console.log error in sign up. Okay, error dot message just to send the status res dot status 500 dot json with a message of internal server error. Okay, So our sign up controller is finished for now. Let's hope so. No error is there. Now let's create the login one. To create the login controller, we have to just extract two informations, username and password, from the request.body. Let me create the try catch block. Try catch. We will extract username, password in the request.body, and we will put some if checks. First, let me extract the user with this username. Const user await user dot find one with this username. Okay, with this username we found the user. If not a user, if there is no user like that, we'll just return the status code of 400, and with a message invalid credentials. Okay, and now check we will just check the password now. Const is match, and we will use the bcrypt, one more function from the bcrypt, like bcrypt dot compare. So this function will compare the hashed password and the password we just extracted from the request.body. So we have to pass both of them, password and the user dot password. So in the user dot password we have the hashed password, and this we just extracted from the request.body. So bcrypt dot compare will compare these two, and give the true or false, and this is match. So if these both doesn't match, we have to give the response with the 400 status and the JSON with a message of invalid credentials. Okay, and in the login also we will create the token same as the sign up. So let me just copy it. User ID, this is the token we have generated. Just copy paste here. It is the same format, and in the await res dot cookie we will similarly sending the data through cookie with that name token. We are giving the name of a token, and the final response res dot status with a 200 JSON with a message user logged in successfully. What message did I send? User registered successfully in the sign up. User logged in successfully in this. And for the catch block, we can just copy the same res.status.json